winner. Hey, we got a theme tune. Hey, Adam, how are you?
How are you doing? Nice to see you, Dave.
What's that, a whiskey?
It's a little whiskey.
You're working, obviously.
I am. Yeah, very hard. Yeah.
Doing the tasting notes for another new whiskey in. Lucky you. Well, welcome to. We don't think we've done this together, have we?
No, we have. Usually, I stand in for you.
That's you.
This week, I'm standing in for Jake.
That's right. So you're in charge of the wheels today, and I'm only in charge of the nonsense, which is good because nonsense is probably what I do best. Okay, we've got Claire, Enchanted Rum, saying, good afternoon, Claire. I've got YouTube in front of me as well, so I can see the little notes, although I have to keep looking down at my phone. So, thanks for if you've joined us to watch, so I can have a quick look there. We've got 10 lots to get through today, £8,000 worth of whiskey and spirit. There's some rum there. What's coming up next week? Well, the big one next week is a year's worth of 21-year-old whiskey. Whoop, whoop. 12 21-year-old whiskies. That's the star prize next week. All 21-year-olds from right across Scotland and beyond. There's a Redbreast 21 in there and even a Teeling 21. So 2 from Ireland. Aberfeldy, Balblair, Bunnahabhain, Glenkeith, Glenfarclas, Glenfiddich. Just a cracking collection there. So have a look at that. That's just £12 a ticket. Hello, Luke. Hello, Colin. Thanks for Colin Mack there and Luke Adams. Thanks for watching. Glenfiddich Grand Yozakura, 29-year-old, that's up the top there, and a Macallan Ruby from the 1824, so that's from a blast from the past. I remember when they come in. I think I've still got 1 or 2 of them somewhere. I've got to have a look in my Narnia. A couple of lovely rums. They're moving pretty quickly. Appleton Estate Hearts Collection. So that's a 25-year-old and a 20-year-old. So 1998 and a 2002. There's a 26-year-old Royal Salute port cask finish. A premium bourbon selection. I looked at that and they look really cool. Sadly, you've missed it. You are too slow. It's all sold out. The tickets for that, 79 tickets, have already gone. So that's a cool little selection there. What else is there? An Indian single malt. Is that a pair? Yes, a pair of Indian single malts. So peated port pipe and ex-bourbon from Amrut. One of the first Indian whiskies to come over here. I remember when they first came over, and then followed by Paul John, and then 2 more, Ramper and someone else's. I can't remember. I didn't. Yes, lots of. What else we got? A 19-year-old Bruichladdich from Decadent Drinks. That's the old whiskey sponge. 19-year-old. A Johnny Walker Blue label. That's moving pretty quickly. Year of the Horse, 2026. So that's the one that's released for this year. And an SPD. Lots of good lucks from notes here coming through. 18-year-old rum, single cask pot still rum from Fiji from SPD. So that's the £5 ticket at the bottom there. And I've just seen 6 new lots go up, including, and I remember this one, I'm sure you might remember this one, special release 2012, before you were born, Adam. Lagavulin 21-year-old, that special release when they came out. Remember them? 2012.
I don't remember that year. No, the first year I remember of the special releases was 2015. Just before.
Yeah, 2012 annual special releases, that one is. So that's a collector's edition one coming there. I saw a 32-year-old Teeling, and there's a lovely collection of 12 from the Heart collection. So that's a full shelf of whiskey from lots of little distilleries up and down the country and around the world. Some European ones in there, some Scotch in there, some American in there. Yeah, lots of good stuff in there, and a couple of others. And if you want to know what's coming up in a couple of weeks, just check out the Master of Malt webpage, competitions page, because we've got 10 to get through. And so bear with us, because Adam's new with these wheel things, but we've had a practice run and I won everything, which is fantastic. In the practice one, everything came to me. So lots of good lucks. Hello, Andy. Hello, John. Colin says, I don't mean to brag. Of course, I mean to brag, but the Douglas Lang XOP 40 Port Ellen bottle I won 2 weeks ago arrived. and OMFG, what a magnificent whiskey. Oh, great. Well done, Colin. Send a picture of you with the bottle open and a glass up saying cheers, because we want to see those bottles open. It ain't whiskey until it's open. Right, let's get on with the first one, shall we? I've talked far too much, Adam. Rabbiting on. Okay, first up, we've Kalila, a 15-year-old, Fashila 2022. I haven't tasted this one. 2022 was one of the ones I must have missed because we didn't go. We definitely didn't go in 2022. 20 was closed. Anyway, here we go. This not an awful lot of tickets for this, so just £5. And so you might be able to see your name on the wheel. The wheel is ready, and Adam is going to give it a spin, and we'll call out the winner.
Best of luck, everyone. David L. Congratulations, David.
We have a winner. Congratulations, David. That's fantastic. There's the first winner out of the bag. I will release the wheel because we've written that down. David L. And there's a number that's been recorded. And everything should come back. And then I should get ready for the next one. There we go. Look at that. Okay, up next, a little distillery in London, Bimber, the Spirit of the Underground. I quite like this little series, I must admit. Lots of single casks in conjunction with London Transport, all different London Underground stations. So got lots to collect, I guess. And I think they were only available to Bimber Club members. Certainly the early ones were definitely. Green Park, that's a favourite railway station, underground station. Puts you at the top of Green Park, easy for lots of destinations around there.
Lots of great bars around Green Park. Lots of really good bars. Quain's is literally just basically opposite it. And yeah, this series is incredibly popular. Whenever we get anything of it, it just sells out immediately. We don't ever have bottles long.
Excellent.
So.
No, because I say most of these were Club Bimbo, I'm sure, weren't they? These are people who have just released, don't get an allocation, because these were just single casks and there were only 285 bottles of this. So
yeah, we tend to get the occasional private purchase, just the one bottle, put it live, and within an hour it's gone. Like really super in demand stuff. Very, very cool bottlings.
Cool. Okay, let's get that wheel up. I've just read a comment here. Luke is pretty cold. He says he needs a whiskey to stay warm. It's -5 degrees centigrade there. Well, it's warmed up a bit here in deepest mid Bedfordshire, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if this wheel will generate a bit of energy. Shall I get it spun? Should we do it?
Yeah, give it a spin. Pick a winner.
The winner is Terence M. Congratulations, Terence.
Excellent. We've done it again. That's 2 we've got right so far. Congratulations, Terence. That bimble will be winging its way to you. The elves in the warehouse will be packing that up as soon as we've finished here today and they get their shipping details. Okay, up next. Oh, right. This is cool. I quite like the look of this. Aberfeldy 18-year-old, 3 different ones, 3 different cask finishes, all wine casks. There's a white wine cask finish and 2 red wine cask finishes. I think that's what it says. Italian wine casks, 18-year-old Cabernet Sauvignon, California's Napa Valley, yes, and Tuscany's. Oh no. Anyway, white red wine and red wine cask. I'm not quite sure whether it says red or white car. Cadillac, Napa Valley, lots of different red wine finishes. So these will be interesting. I think these must be limited editions or special editions because you get an awful lot of red wine casks in the market.
Now, Aberfeldy, I think, are particularly good at them as well as a distillery. And it is also worth really seeing the distillery They've got Dewar's kind of the Dewar's kind of whiskey tourism. It's a big centre. It's really really impressive stuff. But they've also just got all of these expressions and more, and you can kind of taste through a few different wine cask editions, and they're really really good. As you say, you don't see lots of them, so it's a nice kind of fun little rare thing to do. Yeah.
Last time I went to Aberfeldy, a long time ago, and it was the home of the Dewar's Museum, wasn't it? There's a Dewar's Museum and all about the Dewar's family.
Yeah, so they've still got that, but they just last year they did a huge renovation of it, and so there's lots of sort of interactive elements now, and definitely worth seeing. Big advocate for getting around and seeing distilleries, so that's definitely what's on the list if you haven't been.
It's a very pretty distillery to go up, especially if you can walk up the water source up to the top there and have a dram at the top of the hill where the water's rolling down. Yeah, that's really lovely. Anyway, we've rabbited on again. Let's pick a winner for this one. Let's get that wheel. I can see it's ready. Adam's on fire today, Jake.
Yeah, let me get it spinning. Now, winner is that's Don A. That was agonising, that one. I thought for certain it was going to be the person before. But yeah, Don A. With the most amount of tension comes away.
Congratulations, Don. That little trio will be going your way very shortly. Up next is a 22-year-old Balmenach, the Aston Martin Masters Selection Edition 3. A bit of cool branding there, but 22-year-old Balmenach, I think that's much more interesting to me than the cool branding, I must admit. European oak, again, interesting, because nearly everything you see these days is American oak and Oloroso sherry casks. Yummy, although I'd like to see more Amontillado cask, personally. As an Amontillado sherry fan, glug, 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 I'd like to see a lot more of that.
I mean, it's old Balmenach, it's going to be tasty.
Yeah. It's old Balmenach. There we go. Okay, we've got the wheel up. Wheel up's ready, and I'm going to throw it in, and we're going to give it a spin.
Okay, let's do it. Christopher H is the winner. Congratulations, Christopher. Another nail-racing wheel. My God, that was another one that really went right to the wire. Yeah. Christopher H, congratulations.
It hangs around for a bit, does it? Congratulations, Christopher. Okay, what's next? I'm glad you're moving them out. That's perfect. Okay, look at this little collection here. It's a newish distillery. Newish. We call it a newish distillery. They must be about 8 or 9 years old now, aren't they? Lockley.
Yeah. A super impressive distillery. I think one of the sort of the newer highlights, I guess, of the last sort of decade. Very impressive practices. Their sort of farm to glass kind of approach is great. Really beautiful place and some really gorgeous whiskies. I really like the new core range, particularly the Orchard and the Oak expression. So. Some really lovely stuff in there, but yeah, they've released a ton of good whiskies, and I mean, what is it, 7 there? I mean, yeah, can't go wrong. You're guaranteed to really love at least one of that, aren't you? Jesus, 7.
Yeah, their core. Some of these new distilleries. I mean, it takes time to bring a core selection, just like boutique whiskey. It took a long time before we had a core selection because you've got to make a lot of whiskey or buy a lot of whiskey. So yeah, they're finding their feet, and I do like they were the ones who did the harvest, weren't they? Lockley, didn't they do the different harvests and everything? But I see this little lot here: Orchard and Oak, Dark Briar, our barley. Sounds like someone from the that's our barley. When I was up the other week in Manchester, that sort of smoke without fire. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, that's the heated.
I'd like to see more Scottish distilleries doing some different wood smokes because I think wood smoke is pretty interesting, especially with all the talk about peat. Oh, there's something I must write about. There we go. Yes, this list, a lovely little collection. This sold out unsurprisingly, just £5 for all 7 bottles there. That's pretty cool, huh?
It's a bargain waiting to be had by whoever wins.
Yeah, looks like both you and I want it. So I know one round.
And a nice big wheel. Let's get it spun. Let's see who's got it. John M is the winner, and I think that is the most agonising wheel yet. You were just right at the end there, up until the last second. It wasn't you, and then it was. Incredible.
Good.
I love it.
Congratulations, John. We got a message here from Rob. He's saying good luck to everyone as well. And he's also dribbling. He's dribbling at the very thought of Colin and his Douglas Lang 40-year-old Port Ellen that he won a little while ago. That's kind of cool. So stop dribbling, Rob, and hopefully your turn will come up soon. Right, what we got next? Let's have a look. Oh, a collection of rum, another multi-pack, 4-bottle of Black Top Master Blenders Reserve. So here's the rum for your rum heads. So this is all editions, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now, why that second one rather special with a big black tot and 2 lines, and everything else fits across the label perfectly. But never mind. That's my OCD sticking in there.
I think it's fair to say, if I remember rightly from doing this before, Claire is a very big rum head, so I imagine Claire is in this drawer somewhere. And people who have watched this when I've done this before will know that I always give a little shout out to the blog. And have written about Black Tot a couple of times in the past. And the last couple of editions, I think, have gotten their own blogs each. And if you are a rum nerd, they're very techie specific. I think that it's a really cool range. And there's some amazing stuff in there. And every time I've had a Black Top rum, it has been pretty special. So to get 4 is going to be pretty amazing for whoever wins that.
I've only tried a few of them at different shows, certainly Whisky Line Paris, and see the guys over there. They've got the Black Tops there. Colin's just come up and said, okay, after this, Claire gets the Black Top collection. I get the Karuizawa and the Benriach, and the others are up for grabs. That's what Colin's saying on there. This is the morally correct approach. Brilliant. Claire says, well, that sounds like a good plan, although she does have them all. I guess she's already got all of these Black Top rums in her collection.
We don't have enough Black Top, though. That's
the banter.
I'm sure she still bought a ticket because you might not have 2 of each.
Indeed, one to give away to a friend.
Well, yes, it isn't rum until it's shared. Let's spin this wheel, shall we?
Let's give that a spin.
The winner is Alistair A. Congratulations, Alistair.
Luke wants all of the space sides that are coming up. There you go. They're all already bag-seeing it all. There, what we got next? Someone's taken
Not quite as fair as the wheel system, but I understand people's enthusiasm.
Here we go. Look at this. A Balmenach 40-year-old, old and rare from Hunter Lang, their Platinum series. Yes. God, this is a lovely looking bottle of whiskey. 40-year-old Balmenach. This would have been the old triple distilled, I would have thought. Didn't they do triple distillation back in those days? This is, what's that, 1983. I'd have to quickly turn around and find the book. They were doing partial, I think they were certainly almost doing triple distillation up until fairly recently, but I'm pretty certain they were doing triple distillation back in the olden days. But yeah, just so much has changed over 40 years, that's for sure. The grains, definitely the grain strains have changed. This is a cracking looking 40-year-old Balmenach Worm Tub Distillery. I want it. And we've got to pick up.
I'd say not many people have had Balmenach. It's not one you see often. The distillery now basically is the home of Karuizawa gin, which is sort of what they market more than anything else. So it's not really one that a lot of people get to try, get to see. And a 40-year-old one at that, and also Hunter Lang selected it, so it's going to be good because they don't mess up their selections. So it's ticking every box for the whiskey nerds.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
us.
Yes, we both Adam and I would love this in our cupboards, in our drinking glasses. Really, it's not one to keep.
If we do win a night share, we'll happily, we'll make that work. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, I'd love a drop of that. Yeah. Okay, let's find
Massive wheel. People want this really big wheel. Let's get it spun.
1983 as well. That's a difficult time for Scotch whisky then.
John S. is the winner. Congratulations, John.
Really, congratulations.
Great draw.
That's a cracking looking Speyside right there. Definitely a bit of Balmenach. We've got another Speyside coming up right next. We've got a Balvenie. Another independent bottler. This time it's Berry Brothers and Rudd. BB and R. This one is a 1991 Balvenie, bottled in 2023. So this is another little single cask of just 254 bottles. It spent 31 years in a single hoggy. The industry standard, a single hoggy. 1991. That was a year I departed these shores for the Far East. 1991. Wow. Yeah. Nice one. Ran away to.
I didn't come along until 1993, Dave. So I couldn't have joined you. I was 2 years away from existing.
1993. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just 1 year older than my little boy then.
Yeah. I'm a great age for a whiskey, though. I am. I'm not far off the age of this. Yeah, I mean, it's another massive wheel, I should say. A lot of people want to get their hands on this, as you can understand.
Yep, you and me both.
Well, let's get it spun. Best of luck, everyone. My winner is Ian K. Congratulations, Ian.
Congratulations, Ian. There we go. Yeah, Balvenie. That must have been not long after they've restarted, isn't it? Just because that Balvenie was mothballed for a long, long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of those distilleries that, well, like many that came and went and came and went and
60. I'm sure it's 60 years. It was mothballed. It was just yeah, distillery was mothballed. Oh, that was up and down, wasn't it? Yeah, the distillery was. Maltings were decommissioned. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it must have been at that time. New stuff coming through. Right, I've digressed there. I should have looked at this earlier, shouldn't I? The Balvenie. We all love a drop of Balvenie. Distant shores. So this has spent a bit of time in a Trinidadian rum cask. So been finished. It's a long finish. 7 years. Yes, it's a very long finish. 7 years finishing in ex-Caroni rum casks. There we go.
Can we still call it a finish if it's 7 years? I feel like that's entered sort of secondary maturation or something. There's a different term for that. Finish feels light for 7 years, doesn't it?
It does feel yeah. It does seem a little bit long, but it was a 20-year-old whiskey before, and then 7 years in ex-Caroni rum cask. So yes, okay.
Yeah, double inspiration really. I think Balvenie have got a super interesting relationship with rum. They're linked with Bristol Spirits and what they do, the source they have for the Caribbean rum casks. Again, you can read all about it on the Baltimore blog, but I really recommend it. I think it's a super cool story. Really interesting the way that they do all that.
Oh, we had a winner, John, who just won What did John win? Did he win the big space side? But yes, John won. I'll have to look back at that in a minute. I've just seen the message just come up. Oh my God, I can't believe I won that. What amazing dram. Excellent.
Yes, I'm wondering. He also said later, "Thank you, Claire. Sorry, you didn't get the rum." So I'm wondering if he won the rum. But yeah, lots and lots of people commenting. It's really great to see you all. Lots of familiar names, Colin and John and Claire, and yeah, it's really great to see you all. And like we say, whoever does win, please send in your pictures of you with your winning bottles. It's always really nice to see.
It's always good to see. Yeah. Right. Let's find a home for this Balvenie. It's another big space cider in the heart of Speyside.
Yeah, let's do it. Our penultimate wheel of the day. Let's get it spun.
That drum roll sound effect.
Melvin P, that is, who's won that one. Congratulations to Melvin P. Really, really great whiskey you've got coming your way there.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got the big one. We've done a few of these over the years as well, but I don't remember seeing this label before. Karuizawa Cask Strength Views of Mount Fiji, 29th edition. It's a cracking looking label. It's a cracking whiskey. Karuizawa, certainly the ones that I've seen released. So this is 1999-2000 Cask Strength edition. So this was a release bottle of Cask Strength, 60.8%. That's wow. That's pretty big, isn't it, for that sort of age?
Yeah.
I've still got a couple of Karuizawas here hidden away somewhere.
I got a couple of drams from some of the boutique ones we've done where I did the tasting notes for them or whatever. And yeah, I have to say the first time I had Karuizawa, I was quite blown away. It was high expectations, but it was I think it was the 19-year-old that we bottled. That was
yes, we did. Yes, we bottled some 19. Yeah.
Yeah. This is special, and people are going to be going crazy for this. I know, and I'm expecting an absolutely enormous wheel. So yeah, I'm going to be extremely jealous of who gets this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is like a free. I mean, the prices have definitely stabilized a little bit. For a little while ago, they were sky high. I remember seeing bottles of Karuizawa in some of the big whiskey shops, like £10,000 plus. I got 4 empty bottles, sort of dregs down in the bottom in the whiskey cabinet down there, some of the older ones, and I think I've got 4 unopened bottles still. I've still got a couple of the older Samas. I went to use one in a tasting a long time ago, and I went to buy another one to replace it and saw the price of them, thought, oh, I'll put that away for now, and forgot all about it. Now I'm just clearing it all out. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Prices are very, very high, but it does mean that the good thing about doing it like this is that somebody has basically got the price of a ticket, and they're going to get their hands on it, which is a really lovely thing about doing this, because there will be a lot of people who never got to have Karuizawa before, so it's a great opportunity.
Colin has just said it's time to ask the Karuizawa bottle, in which country do you want to finish out your life? I think we all know the answer. It's Colin in from Japan, is he? Wants it to go back to Japan. Is that what it is? Dear. That's funny. It definitely wants to go home. That's what Claire says. Whiskey, he says, I'm sure Billy's just said that's the whiskey slayer, as we call him, who just got the Balvenie. Congratulations. So that's cool. That's great. That's great seeing all the banter in the background here. I've never been able to see that. Normally Jake's sniggering away while he's watching it. Well, I've got 3 screens around me now, and I've actually turned the music off. So right. Let's find a home for this last one, and we can sign off and get on with our stuff.
All right. Okay. Let's do it. Let's, for the last time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to spin that wheel. Let's do it. Let me drum roll. It is Kenneth W. Congratulations, Kenneth W. You have won yourself a very, very pretty prize indeed.
Yeah,
congratulations, Kenneth.
That's a Beautiful looking bottle, I must admit. Look at this. It's cracking. Well, that's it. We did it.
We did it.
No mess. No. Yeah, we managed to muddle through that without any major mishaps, even minor mishaps.
Yes, hopefully so. I mean, please do let us know if that went all right. I'd like to think it did. I'm slightly scared now that like the whole thing didn't broadcast, which but as far as I can tell, we're all good.
No, I can see it on my phone here. I can see the chat. I can see us in the picture. I can see the wheels going round. I can see that we pulled winners out. So we're done. That's it. And
Super.
You and I are back next week as well, aren't we?
We are. Yes.
So we'll be a much more polished outfit next week then. We'll be slick. We'll have all the background data of when distilleries closed and opened and what sort of yeast they were using that day, what hat the man was wearing when he made that spirit cap, all of those sort of things. Yeah, we'll have all that information. Okay.
We hope to see all of you for it.
That's it. Thanks ever so much for your help today, Adam. Spinning those wheels, you've done a great job. Thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to keep your eyes peeled on the Master of Malt Competitions page. There's more stuff going up. There's another 4 lots to go up this week, that's for sure. And Adam and I will be back same time next week. Goodbye.